Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're just going to be talking about kind of like the exact beginner step-by-step guide to how you can start selling on Amazon FBA. Get the question all the time, Paul, how do you know what products to sell? What do you do to get started? What is the first step that I need to do today if I have a little bit of money that I can throw at this business? So I'm going to throw you over into my computer here and let's get started. So we're going to go to Amazon.com. This is going to be your home base for the next couple of weeks. Doing all your learning. If you want to do this along with me, let's get to it. So we're going to go on Amazon.com, and you're going to need one thing to start other than Amazon. Amazon is free to access their website. So you can do all your product research and how you're going to find your products with just Amazon.com. The only thing that you need to buy is Jungle Scout. It's extremely affordable. It's $40 for this feature right here, which I would highly recommend. You get to actually put in your criteria, which I'm going to give you for completely free, and it'll give you a set of products, thousands of products you could pick from. It'll be less than this once we filter it, but probably 50,000 products to pick from, maybe less, maybe more, and all potentially good products to sell, and it's up to you to determine which ones you want to sell that fit your personal criteria. The next thing that you'll need is the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. This is the only necessary thing. Technically, you don't need the Jungle Scout web app. That sorts your products for you. I would recommend it because it's so cheap and easy to do. But let's say we go to this listing right here. This is something I went over in my last video that we found completely for free without the web app. So what you need is Jungle Scout Chrome extension. What this does, it pulls up exactly the revenue of this listing, so what this seller is making. So they're making $4,911 in revenue every single month selling this little kit right here with only 10 reviews, right? So they have 10 customer reviews. That's like nothing, by the way. That's extremely low competition. And they've been selling for 55 days, and they're already making $5,000 a month selling that product in revenue, which is awesome. So you could use that tool on anything. So say we went to just search, this is a great example. I'll use the classic garlic press example. Say you wanted to sell a garlic press, don't sell it. And you would search the broadest key term and then pull this up, and it's going to show you the market in a whole, all of the sellers and what they're making. So obviously this is extremely competitive and there's thousands of reviews, and we'll get into that, don't worry. But this tool in whole is a complete necessity, and I have no idea how you would do it without this. So this is only 90 something dollars. I don't remember if it was like 97 or 100 exactly, but it's like one of those weird numbers, and I don't think there was tax. So it's like $97. You get this, it's a one-time buy, and you have it forever, and it keeps updating like it always. They're adding stuff in, changing the look of it. It's awesome. I've had it for well over a year now, and I've loved every second of using it. It's amazing. I'll have a link for both of those services down in the description. It is an affiliate link. I make a small amount of money from when you buy it through my link, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. So if you get any value out of this video and you're going to buy it anyway, please just buy it through my link. So let's get into exactly what Amazon FBA is and how you could get started. So we'll go back to Amazon homepage. Basically, the business model works like this. You find a product to sell, and let's say you found it. This is the product that you want to replicate. The market looks good. You go to Alibaba.com, where you could find Chinese suppliers, and you would search for that exact product. So we were looking for this in my last video, so we actually have it up right here, cooking aprons for kids. And then say this was your kit you wanted to buy. Okay, it's $280 to $320 for only 240 pieces. That's exactly what we would want to order, 250 to start. So let's say it's $290. So you'll go back, and we could run the numbers on it really quick. This is AMZ calculator. It's completely free. I'll also have a link for that in the description. You put in your product costs, and it tells you how much you'll profit on any listing. So let's say it was $290 to source the product, and then we'll add $1 for shipping. So it's $390 in total. And you sell it at $17.99. That means every single unit you sell, you're making $6.51 in profit. And you'll actually earn this, not that, you'll earn this back too. So that's your profit, but you'll get paid that plus that. So you'll actually be making closer to 1150, like 1141 for every single unit you sell. So if he's selling 300 a month times 1141, he's actually total takeaway amount is around $3,000 for just selling this little thing with 10 reviews. So that's essentially the business model. Find a product that meets our criteria, source it from China, and the best thing is we're not packing this stuff ourselves, guys. We're sourcing it from China, and this supplier, you're going to message them, say, hey, I'm interested in ordering this number, this many of these units, and then they're going to send it straight into an Amazon warehouse. So you'll never touch the product, you'll never pack the product. It'll go straight to Amazon, and for a fee every unit, which is where we saw right here, the Amazon FBA fee, they are going to pack your units for you and ship them to the customer, and then that gives you this Prime badge right here. So when you click on Amazon, say, I don't know what the percentage is, it's most of Amazon's sales are through Prime sellers because you get 2-day shipping, anyone with Prime, so that means that you're selling a product, but to most people it looks like Amazon's selling it because it's Prime. So you have a lot better conversion than if you were going to ship it yourself, and it's way less work. It's super passive. So with all that aside and kind of the whole model laid out, let's just get into it really quickly. So we're going to start with the Jungle Scout web app. As I mentioned, you could get this from the link in the description. We're going to pick the categories that we want to sell products from. So we're going to go arts, crafts, and sewing. Not automotive, we're not selling car parts, and it's going to be gated, so you can't sell in all of these categories. You could sell in several of them, but definitely not all of them because you have to have permission from Amazon to sell in those categories. Not baby, you could sell in that, but I just prefer not to. It's competitive. Beauty and personal care, we will click, we could sell in that, and it's depends. Some things are very competitive, but there's probably products we could find that are not. Health and household, I love. Home and kitchen are great. Industrial and scientific, kitchen and dining, home decor, home utensils, stuff like that does great. Office products, patio, lawn and garden. Pet supplies and sports and outdoors are very big ones, but I don't even pick them because it's so competitive. So many people are looking through those for products to sell. And then tools and home improvements. So that's all I would do. I would select all these categories, and that means whenever we hit search over here, any product that pops up down here is going to be within those categories. Okay, so for a minimum price, we want to sell a product no cheaper than, I like to do 11 and then a random number. That's not 11. 1137 we'll say, because after Amazon FBA fees, the lowest fees I've ever seen are like $3 or $4. After all those fees, plus the cost of your product, you're going to be left with a very small profit. But say your product costs $2 and your fees were $4, you can still make $5.50 with only spending $4 here. So you have over 100% return on investment. That's ultimately what we want. So yeah, we're going to set it to 11, and instead of just doing $11, which everyone will do, the reason I do 1137 is because we're not, or someone said $12 flat, because that's ideally where you want to be. But I do 1137, and there's a product listed at 1150 that's selling. The other person that put 12 into here is not going to see that product, but we will. Make sense? So max price, I like to start Amazon with a low budget. Ideally, you can start with $2,000 to $3,000, but my big thing for this channel is getting you guys to be able to start with a $1,000 startup, which is exactly what I started with and was able to grow it very well. So we're gonna do max price of like $27.38, again, random cents at the end, because if you're selling a product for $30 or more, most likely it's gonna cost more than $3 to $5 to manufacture that product. So to order 250 units will be more than the amount of startup money we have. If you have, $5,000 to start Amazon FBA, you could put that as high as like $47.38 because you may be able to start with a higher cost product, which will have bigger profit margins as well. The next thing we're going to do, you could skip net, you could skip rank. We'll go to minimum sales I want to see. Most people are going to do 300, which is 10 a day. I do like 237 because same mindset as before. We're seeing products that other people aren't seeing. In max sales, you don't really have to fill out, but I like to put it to like, 1400 something, because if they're selling more than that and we only order 250 or 300 to start, we probably won't be able to even rank for that product. Minimum revenue I want to see is, I don't put it too high, 23 something. If you could order a product for $750 to $1,000 in your first month, make that back in addition to what your upfront was, then I'm fine with that. I don't need to make 20,000 from one product. But for the higher end, we'll go 20 or 19, some random numbers. You guys pick. Minimum reviews doesn't matter. Maximum reviews, I'm going to put 57. It's a lot lower than what most people will do. Some people say 75, some people say a couple hundred. I like 57 because lower competition, easier to get ranked. We're starting with a low startup budget, so we don't have a big budget to launch our product. Max ratings, all right. You do like 1.8 pounds, so it's not too heavy to ship. Max sellers, we could do like 13 max sellers, 10, 12, somewhere around that range. I usually change it every time. And then we're just going to hit search. Okay, so what that's going to do is it's going to pull up all of the listings that meet the criteria that we just put in. And then what you're going to do is click on this revenue tab right here. Okay, and that's going to sort it by the highest revenue to the lowest. So automatically we're looking at all of the listings that have 19,000, what did we put, and 300 revenue per month. So we're going to scroll down, and what I'm looking for mostly is the product small and easy to ship and easy to source, aka made out of cheap materials, not like some complex software thing, or, well, it shouldn't be software because we don't have that selected, but not electronic, most likely like made out of silicone or wood, just cheap materials that are easy to source. And then I look at revenue to review ratio. So like 20,000 with one review. And he's selling a battery. We're not going to ship battery, obviously. Let's check it out. Snowflakes are going to be seasonal. We don't want to sell seasonal products. We want something that's going to make us, $100 a day in profit for the next couple of years, not just for a couple of months. So let's see. You're going to have to do some digging here, but it's worth it, because if there's one thing that you should grind at, it's going to be product research. Because if you have a bad product, no matter how good your listing is, no matter how good you are at selling it, no matter how good you are at making ads for that product, it's going to be extremely difficult, if not impossible, for you to sell that product. But if you have a great product and even a bad listing, or you're not that great at running ads, it's almost going to sell itself, and it'll make the rest of your process super easy. So let's keep looking here. Trying to find a good example for you guys. Might not be perfect because, sometimes this can take even hours or a couple of days of looking through these. But like I said, it's well worth it, because do your work up front, you get a great product, get like a list of like 5 great products, and then try and launch something. And then pick the best product that you have selected out of your personal stash of product ideas. And if you have an awesome product, it's going to be a super easy and peaceful launching process for you guys. And you could even adjust the revenue to be slightly lower. Sometimes I have better luck with putting it closer to like 13,000. It's a lot more products in that lower range with lower competition that I like. So let's do that actually. So for revenue, I'm going to change that to 13. Or 14, yeah, we'll do 14. And then we're gonna search again. And then it should just pull it up in order. Yep. So we're gonna look through these products here. Keeping in mind, all of these fit our criteria. So you notice none of these have more than 57 reviews. They're all under 1.8 pounds. See how powerful that is? We're able to do all this work without having to go through millions of Amazon's products just looking through categories with this one piece of software that's only $40. We're looking for something small, something that's kind of be like, most of the time it's like, what is that? Like if a product, you don't know what it is, click on it. It's probably a good product. I didn't know what most of the products I was clicking on were. Then I clicked on it. I was like, wow, that's a great product to sell. So there's a couple in here that are probably good actually. Like let's check out this drawing mat for kids. That one just caught my eye. I've seen a couple okay ones, but I've actually already looked at them and I know they're not great, so I'm trying to find a better example. But let's look at this. You could just right click on it and then hit open link in a new tab so it doesn't erase everything you've done. So open up Jungle Scout, click on the little JS in the corner up here, and that's going to tell you exactly what this seller is doing. So he's doing 14,000 a month with only 19 reviews. It's awesome. He's selling 800 units every single month, and the listing's pretty good. So we have good lifestyle pictures, a little bit against terms and conditions with this logo and everything on the screen, words on the screen, but that's okay. I don't think Amazon really seems to care. I've never seen them do anything about words on the screen. But yeah, the pictures look pretty good. The listing looks well optimized. Let's see how long they've been selling. So this graph that pops up here, you don't have to do anything to get this to pop up. You just need Keepa, Keepa. It's another Chrome extension. It's completely free. I'll have a link for that in the description as well. It shows you their sales history. So the lower this green line to the bottom, that means the better they've been selling. So they've been selling for 119 days. That's actually not that much. And they've actually been successful the entire time. So they launched, it looks like, with illegitimate reviews, because down here the review count you could see is 60, 50, 40, 50 somehow. And they just started selling, and then it drops all the way to 1. So Amazon must have taken their reviews away. But all the way, even with 1, 2 reviews for months, they're selling awesome. So that's good. That means that we could launch with no reviews or 1 or 2 reviews and have similar luck. So what we're going to want to do is not just base if we want to sell this product off of what this one person is doing or one company is selling. That's great. They're doing good with low reviews and it looks like a great product. But how does the whole market look? That's what we want to figure out. So you could take the broadest key term to find this exact product and search it in all departments. I would say like water drawing mat. That would probably be what the customer is typing in to find this product. Okay, and then this is where Jungle Scout really gets useful. You're going to open it on this page, just on the search results of the broadest key term. And then this is how you're going to get a feel for if you can sell this product. So I'm going to give you my exact criteria that I actually use right now. So when I'm looking at this exact menu right here, or this chart of information essentially, I want to see that 7 out of the first 10 sellers have less than 75 reviews. So let's see. The first one, we have 45. So we have 1, that doesn't meet our criteria. 2, 3, 4, that doesn't meet our criteria. 5, 6, 7, 8. So it definitely meets our competition criteria. And now B, I want to see that 7 out of the first 10 have over 250 units sold every month. Without counting, I can see that it is, but just for the sake of it, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of 10 have over 300 sales a month, which is awesome, or over 250. And then revenue, I want to see that they're making over, I only say 2,000. Revenue, if you could get 2,000 and you're at a 50% margin, make $1,000 a month, that's still awesome. I'd be fine with that. Revenue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of them have over 2,000. This guy's up here with only 7 reviews on the same page as people with 166 and 382. And then, yeah, so we went over reviews, we went over monthly sales, we went over revenue. Price point, I want to see an average price. Average price, don't weigh this too heavily up here, but just what do you think you could sell yours for? So we have $23.99, that's a large one, and it comes with all those little tools. 30, 25. So if you're just looking at this as a whole, I would say $19.99 to like $24.99 is where you could probably fit in there. And you'd probably have to reduce your price at first when you have very little reviews. So I would say probably like $16.99, like what that guy's selling for, is probably where you could launch at. So we'll click on his listing again. That was the same one we were looking at actually, that we found in the Jungle Scout web app. And now we're going to go to a website called Alibaba.com. It's a website that puts you in contact with Chinese suppliers mostly, and you could just search exactly like what you searched in Amazon. So we're going to search, is it in here? No, why would it be in here? I haven't looked this up before. What was it? Water drawing mat. Okay, so we're going to search that, and probably looks pretty similar to you guys, right? So that's actually the exact one, is it not? No, very similar though, with the lifestyle pictures with the kids actually in it. This one looks really good. So what we're going to do, you could see the price point of these. You're going to want to at least sell everything that comes with it. And I go into more depth about this specific part in other videos, but you want to differentiate the product, okay? You don't just want to sell this exact same thing. That's called me too selling. If you're selling the same exact thing with less reviews at the same price, whose are they going to pick? They're going to pick the one that's already established, that already has sales velocity, aka they're already selling 500 a month, and they already have reviews. So you can't just sell the same exact product and expect to get the same results. That was the mentality in 2017 and 2018 Amazon FBA, but Amazon FBA is changing, and if you don't change with it and accept the change, then you will fail. So you can't just list this exact product from Alibaba and make $15,000 a month. Not going to happen, I'm sorry. But you have to do some creative thinking, figure out how can I make this product better. What I do is I get a pen and paper, old-fashioned, click on the reviews, sort it by 1 star to 2 star to 3 star, and see what's wrong with the product. And now you have a couple of things that people are complaining about. So you could go to your supplier and say, hey, look, the pens took forever to figure out how to open. The whole righty tighty lefty loosey thing didn't work. It was righty loosey lefty tight. Just like simple things like that. Not worth 18 bucks in my opinion. So maybe include better markers. Don't have a turning cap or something. Horrible tops were extremely difficult to remove. The mat has primary colors in certain sections, just not what I expected based on the description. Okay, so we want an accurate description. We want to have better markers. We want to have maybe a different color scheme for the mat. So if we're looking, it looks like it's all rainbow here, and they were saying it's just primary colors. So we want to see maybe a broader scheme, maybe a rainbow all the way across it. So we'll go to Alibaba and see what fits our criteria. So it looks like that one is just red, blue, and yellow. That's what they were complaining about. It's not the rainbow all the way across. Let's see. So like that's kind of interesting. You have this different pattern going across it. That might pop out. Or even this one here has the waves of colors across it. This one is kind of what they wanted. So yeah, let's say this one here. It's $3.20 to $3.98 for 250 pieces, which is exactly how much I recommend ordering to test the product. The pictures are good. Let's see how to use turn the pen to the right. So those are probably the same pens they were complaining about. Maybe we could say, hey, do you guys have a better quality pen? Maybe I'll pay an extra 20 cents per pen to get the better quality pens involved, the water pens. And water resistant. Okay, this listing looks great. The supplier is a gold supplier. It means they have good reviews. They don't have complaints. They're covered by trade assurance, so if you don't get your shipment, you're going to get your money back. And yeah, it looks good. So I would contact them. I actually have a whole template that I'll use. I'll show you that really quick. So it's right here. So this is everything I say. I say, hello, my name is Paul. I run an e-commerce business on Amazon in the United States. I'm looking to add your product to my online store. Could you please provide me a quotation for 300 units? You could do 300 or 250. UPC code to be stickered on my package. Business logo or name to be also stickered or printed on the packaging. And then shipping to this address. Could you please include an estimation of manufacturing time along with shipping time? And then obviously they're going to send you the quotation of how much it would cost. So say you get your cost. They'll usually respond at night since they're on a different time zone. The next day you have your cost. but we could use this as an example, 320 to 398. You're going to go back to that listing right here, and you're going to do the cost. Like I said, on AMZ Calculator, it's a free Chrome extension. Product cost is going to be, say, somewhere in the middle, 350. Then consider you have to do shipping per unit as well, so 450 per unit. You're making 150% return on your investment. So every $5 you spend, or $450 you spend, you're making $660 in profit, which is awesome. And at their selling rate with 19 reviews, they're doing, with that price, if they were getting it for that much from their supplier, it would be $7,750 a month in profit. That's awesome, guys. And that's just from one product. So imagine if you had this product, maybe you had a separate listing with another niche. You could be making a lot of money very quickly with low startup costs. So I think I'm gonna cut this off there, actually. I don't want this video to be too long, but I have a lot more in-depth videos on my channel, so if you want to subscribe and check those out, I would greatly appreciate it, and I'm sure you guys would appreciate the knowledge. If you have any more questions at all, feel free to comment. I'll definitely answer them for you. But with that, I'll see you guys in my next video.